Hi, welcome back to Fort Lewis. Today we're going to be making a triple green pesto with ingredients that I've grown here in my garden. I've been waiting for a while to cut this broccoli. It's at a nice good size right now. It should be nice and tender. We're going to take broccoli, kale, and parsley all grown here and pulverize it into a beautiful pesto to serve over a spaghetti squash. So I'm going to harvest a few of these heads of broccoli. But when I do so, I want to leave the plant intact because it's going to produce these little side shoots. They're not going to be as big, but I can still get some more broccoli from here later. So today I'm just going to take some of the bigger chunks, like these. How pretty is that? The next thing I'm going to gather is a cup of parsley. I've got two different kinds, the flat leaf and the curly. So I'm going to gather up a big bunch of that. Okay, the last thing we need to get is some kale. I've got several different varieties growing, but this one is my favorite. This is the Latino kale. It's mild, kind of crunchy, delicious. So we're going to pick 2 cups worth of this. And this will be used raw in the dish, as well as the parsley. Okay, we have our greens inside. We are moving on to the next step, but before I go there, I just want to tell you where I found this recipe. There is an Instagrammer I follow who's really inspirational called Big City Gardener out of Houston, Texas. And he's always posting recipes and photos of his garden and stuff. It's pretty neat, so you should check him out. We are going to get our broccoli cut into smaller pieces, and the first step is to just get it steamed. So we're going to do that real quick. I want them in just kind of small sizes so that they steam quickly. I have a little steamer basket inside of my pot. Okay, so the broccoli is on the stove and we'll let it steam for about 5 minutes. While that's happening, I'm just going to roughly cut up the rest of these greens and parsley. They're already pretty small, so I won't have to do much to them. I also want to show you a little bit else about what's going on in the kitchen today because I've been in here for hours. I love the weekends just because you can play. Jason made 4 jars of his famous, delicious pizza sauce for our homemade pizzas. We'll have to show you the setup someday. I also have some of my sourdough working. I haven't made sourdough in a long time, but I just recently woke my starter back up. This has been working for about an hour and a half. It smells amazing. I've done 1 turn on it. I've got another 4 hours to work with it before I put it to sleep tonight, but I'm really excited about it. I think this pesto smeared on freshly baked sourdough bread is going to be amazing. And in the oven, I have a lemon rosemary cake, and all the rosemary's from the garden. Oh, it's going to be great. Okay, so got a few minutes. I'm just going to roughly chop some of these greens. This is the parsley and the kale all mixed together. Just a big pile of beautiful. Don't have to be super precise. And I know I probably should wash it, but I never do. We had rain recently, and I don't use anything nasty like chemicals or anything in the garden. So okay, so we're going to start filling up the blender. I'm going to start with all my liquid ingredients. I don't have any olive oil, but I've got sunflower oil. Should work just fine. So I'm going to put maybe half a cup or so in here. I don't measure. I do when I bake, but when I cook I don't. I should maybe. We're going to juice 1 lemon and put lemon juice in here. Between my smoothies, this cake, and this recipe, I think I've used like 8 lemons today. All right. Okay. Now the rest of the stuff I'm going to layer in later. because the machine seems to work best if I put all my liquids on bottom and then soft to firm ingredients. So you just kind of make layers. I guess I could go ahead and salt it. So this is just sea salt. We'll shake it out. These are dehydrated peppers, red peppers from the garden. I just recycled this crushed red pepper. They're not as hot as the store brand, but they seem to have a really nice deep flavor. Throw some hot pepper powder in there. Some black pepper. Okay, and check on the broccoli. Okay, so our broccoli is beautifully steamed. Just gonna throw it in here. Look how green that is. So pretty. Now I'm gonna layer the next level of ingredients. So I'm just gonna take all of my beautiful fresh greens, put them on top. Oh, that looks so good. All right, and the next ingredient called for raw cashews. My local store doesn't carry them, so I found some hazelnuts. I think they're gonna be just as delicious, maybe more so. Just gonna throw all of these on here. It's about half a cup. Okay, and now we're gonna start pulsing. I want this to be kind of a chunky, blended consistency. All right, everything's starting to get incorporated. I forgot the garlic. Okay, so unfortunately I forgot the garlic, but this is an easy fix. So I'm just going to peel a clove or two real fast. So maybe just another second or two. I think that's it. Oh my goodness. Can you see it? It's so beautiful, so green. That's good. So tomorrow morning we've got a family hike and picnic set up. I'm going to cook the spaghetti squash and bring along some of that homemade sourdough bread for a tasty little picnic meal with the family. Should be delicious. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell below for notifications. If you are doing some fun stuff with your greens and vegetables in the garden this winter, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.